Yeah, today I'm here with Griffin, who is a football player for the Comets, and he has played the 2019 to 2020 season with an average of 75 yards per game and a total of 7 touchdowns. And I covered his story recently, and some of my friends on social media find his story about how he got into playing football and also his athletic career pretty interesting, I guess. And I didn't really know why. They didn't really tell me, but I'm guessing because he had a prior military career before playing for the Comets at Palomar College. So welcome to thanks, Kyran. Thanks for your time. And
No problem, Nick.
and where you currently at again?
I'm currently right now. I'm in Clarksville, Tennessee, with my mom, my dad, my brothers.
Awesome, dude. And so why did you serve in the Marines after high school instead of going straight to college like many people do?
So actually, I ended up going to college for about a semester after I graduated high school. And around that time, I didn't think I was ready for college. So after that first semester, I ended up leaving, and I ended up joining the Marine Corps. And it turned out, to do that. I learned a lot, uh, made me more mature, and realized like if I wanted to do something in life that I should focus on that and give my all.
Hmm. And how long did you serve?
I served 7 years.
7 years. Cool. Awesome, man. And why did you choose Palomar College after your service?
So that's kind of funny. Well, when I was in high school, my high school head coach, Coach Shane Goodwin, he actually coached at Tri-City Christian School. He's the head coach. Before I got stationed there. And me and him kept in close contact, throughout my whole Marine Corps career. He's been there since I was a little bit of teenager. So um, he introduced me to Palomar, and he was like, "Hey, it's a good program. I think you really fit into the system if you still want to play." And I'm like, you know what? I said, yeah, I actually wanted to give it a run for it. So that's the reason I chose Palomar. And then, talking to Coach Dan early, Coach Joe early,
Hmm.
Coach McMahon, Coach Suggs, all those guys, they made me feel welcome. So yeah, it was another brotherhood that I could join. And actually, Coach McMahon, he's prior service as well. He was in the Marine Corps, so it just felt right. It just felt right.
And why did you pick psychology as your major at Troy? And why Troy University among all the other universities in the nation?
So I chose psychology because after I'm done with school, I wanted to get in the field of being a homicide detective. And what other better field besides criminal justice can you work with the mind and know how the mind works other than psychology? And I thought it was a good fit. I got a lot of advice from people that also were in the field, so they told me like, hey, this should be a good degree to have. And I chose Troy because again, Coach Shane Goodwin, man, he knows a lot of people, and he introduced me to them, and they have so much Southern hospitality, and making me feel welcome, and it just felt like it was a perfect fit again, like so far my mind hasn't read me wrong, so I'm choosing, I'm going with Troy.
That's good. And what is the most challenging part of returning back to playing football? I mean, you played football in high school in West Creek, and you spent like what 7 years of not playing football, and then all of a sudden you just got jumped back into it again. I mean, what is the most
Yes,
challenging part
sir.
of what is the most challenging part of that?
The most challenging part for me was getting my body back into football conditioning. I'm 7 years. I was used to running 3 miles. Uh, you know, once a quarter doing a combat fitness test. So it really wasn't football conditioning. Yes, we were conditioned
Mm-hmm.
and we were well trained, but um, getting back into that shape and knocking the rust off of running routes and stuff like that. That was probably the hardest part for me because mentally, serving 7 years, being deployed in Afghanistan, and such stuff as that. Like I was mentally strong, so like mentally, that wasn't a problem. I just had to get it physically right.
And how do you feel about the last few games you've played before the quarantine? And how well do you think your teammates did?
The last few games, I was really impressed with our performance. Even though our record doesn't show, what we should have done, uh, it was a lot of improvement in those last few games. We showed that we wouldn't give up on our season, and we all played and worked together. So that was a big thing for all of us, actually.
And how has Coach Early and other coaches helped you succeed and get the scholarship to get into Troy?
So Coach Early and them, like I was saying that, they pushed me. They pushed me, told me not to give up, keep improving like I've been doing throughout the weeks, and that the scholarships, those schools are gonna come calling and they're gonna come, and I did, I worked like nonstop, and I kept improving, and sure enough, like the calls came in, and here I am.
That's good. And also, when you mentioned also in the email correspondence we did last month that you had a younger brother who passed away from a homicide, and how it affected your mental state afterwards. Can you tell us about what happened, and also how it affected you in your performance as well as your life?
Okay. So, my younger brother got killed in New Orleans in 2013. It's actually a still ongoing investigation. They still haven't found who did it. But mentally, I was young, so it hit me hard, especially being in Afghanistan. It hit me hard. But throughout the years, I've grown, and I've become mentally stronger. And I played for both of us because that was something he wanted to do. He was actually at Southeastern University in New Orleans on a football scholarship. So he was getting ready to play his first season, but that got taken away from him. So, and I knew it was something that he always wanted to do. So I play for me and him. It motivates me, to be honest. Like, so for me to play for my younger brother and for myself.
Okay. And where do you see yourself doing once the quarantine is over? What do you see yourself doing in the next 2 or 3 years?
Next 2 or 3 years, I mean, we all have a dream. We all have goals. And, my dream is to make my way to NFL, to show, a lot of people that don't give up on your dreams. If you work hard enough, you fight hard enough for it, that it'll come. And, the next 2 or 3 years, my story is going to tell. So I'm praying and hoping that, I get blessed with that opportunity.
That's good, man. Hey, thanks. So we're out of time here, and thank you for your time for doing this, Kyran. And anything you want to say to your audience over here in San Diego?
I just want to let them know, man, like, hey, any dream and goal that you have, chase your dreams, apply the pressure, and work hard. Never give up on what you want to do in life, because if you work hard enough, it'll come. I'm living proof of that.
Well, thank you very much, Kyran. All right, so this is Nick Ng with the Telescope, signing off.